Hey everybody, my name is Russ. That is Lauren. Welcome to our Thursday discussion video for music topics. And this is one that I think I just randomly thought, you know what, I'm doing this. I'm sure we heard one of these songs on the radio, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna circle these things together. And I thought it would be fun to name 5 great songs with a one-word title. And this is one of those ones where I would really hope that we'll get comments from people of like some of your favorite songs with one-word titles, because there's a million of them out there. And then there's ones like I didn't even include on this list, like when I say, oh, that song one that I love, like you could be talking about U2 or Metallica.
Which one?
Right. Yeah. Good one. Or, you know, any number of other things as well. So, you know, or even if I have some on this list that you are like, oh, well, when he said this, I was thinking this, you know, I thought that would be fun. First song, I don't know why, but the first song that always comes to my mind whenever the topic of one word song titles comes up is Alone, which was made famous by Heart. They didn't write it, but everyone on earth thinks of the Heart version of this, or they think of their favorite female artist who covered it once.
Yeah.
But they're still covering the Heart version.
Yep.
But yeah, it's funny because like the thing that got me into Heart as a kid, because I didn't know any better about anything before that was the record before, where the song I liked the most was Never. And then the song that many people know from way before that is Barracuda.
Sure.
Like there was just a big long streak of one word titles, you know? But the song Alone is one of those things where like, yeah, of course there's a ton of lyrics in it that really get across the whole point of the song, but like just the way she says the one word alone through the whole song, like you like really get the perspective of the singer, you know, of who's delivering it, you know, and that to me is one of the reasons why the ones that I picked were like, the ones that I picked were mostly because the word is more than just the title of a great song. It really is like the point behind the song is conveyed by that word.
That makes sense, because I mean it's not just a one-word title for the sake of a one-word title, right? It's a one-word title because the song don't need no any more letters and words in the title.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Right. I'm gonna write a Heart tribute song called Never Alone, Barracuda.
Right. The next one is Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. And again, this is one that like Lauren got me into Sabrina Carpenter. She's an artist that I hadn't, you know of her because she's on planet Earth and everywhere. And again, I didn't really have any reason to not listen to her. I just wasn't in any situation to where I would hear her. And she's another one that has a lot of one-word titles of her songs.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. But the one that sticks to me is Espresso. And again, the reason why is because like she's a lot of the songs that I've heard from her are a lot of like telling someone else off or whatever. And this song is her talking about how great she is. And likening herself to, you know, like espresso. And I think that's really cool. Like, I don't mind, don't get me wrong, I don't mind when people telling other people exactly what's up and like giving people a piece of their mind. And I think a lot of the lyrics that she has are good for people of any age, but especially the younger ladies coming up to like listen to and go, you don't have to take this, or, you know, that type of thing. But I also think there's nothing wrong with being like, you know, who's awesome? Me. You know what I mean?
I do.
And that's what when I hear this like songs, her being like, yeah, I'm that big of a deal. Like, you don't even need, you know, espresso. Like I will energize you and
that's
all that
right.
stuff, and all that awesome. So that, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. I like that. And that's why it was the one that, this might even been the song that maybe be like, hey, we should totally do a list of one more titles. This might be the one that,
well, it's a bop.
Yeah, I agree. Another one on my list is Jump. And this is another one where when I was a kid, there was a couple of different things we thought of, and I'm not talking about Jump Around by House of Pain, but like from the early 80s through the early 90s, there were a lot of different songs named Jump. The one that I always think of whenever I think of, or I even hear the word jump, is Van Halen. With no disrespect to Criss Cross or the Pointer Sisters or anyone else who I know had songs with the word jump. For me, I mean, this to me is, I think this is probably the first Van Halen track I really heard and loved as a kid. Like opened up a whole new world where I was just like, who are these people, you know? And again, you know, who even knows exactly what Dave means by might as well jump? I'm guessing if I know my Dave well enough, it's him just saying might as well be carefree, might as well do what you want. Which is, you know, he sure did. And it's just a perfect storm of stuff. For me, I know a lot of people in the second half of Van Halen's career, starting with this, really, really didn't like how much synth was involved with Van Halen. I don't mind it at all. And because Eddie's fantastic at it, because it's not like he was just like, oh, and also I'm going to play chords underneath this guitar in the studio and then call myself a synth player or whatever. Like he actually like really knew what he was doing. There's a lot of heart and soul in there. And I think the solo, the synth solo in this song is as good or better than the guitar solo is. I mean, let me put it this way. The guitar solo is not the thing that takes you back into the main chorus. The synth solo is.
That's true.
So Van Halen Jump is one, just for me. I can't, as soon as I even hear the word jump, that song pops into my head. The next one, it's one of those ones where it depends on who you listen to. It's listed under different artists, but I think legally it's Santana featuring Rob Thomas, Smooth. Really, really, really good record. And again, if anybody even says the word smooth, I think I hear this in my head before
me too.
Anything else. Like, it is such a great song because Rob Thomas has a distinctive voice when it comes to Matchbox 20. Like if you listen to any Matchbox 20, if Matchbox was to change like sound, even like you take on their third record, they had like some harder songs like Feel. But as soon as Rob starts singing, you're like, oh, okay, no, this is still Matchbox 20. And at the time, he hadn't done anything, I don't think, with any sort of Latin flair or anything like this. Like when you heard this on the radio, I don't think anyone I know was like, oh, is that the new Matchbox 20? Even though it was his voice. Like, I don't think anyone thought that it was the new Matchbox 20 song.
I had a brief moment where my brain didn't know how to compute this because I love Matchbox 20. We've talked on here about how their first album was the first CD I bought with my own money, right? So I knew it front to back and I knew everything that his voice had put out to that point. And then I literally remember sitting in the car in the back seat and this song came on the radio and I heard it for the first time and I'm like, I know this voice, but this doesn't sound like Matchbox 20. What's happening? Yeah. And I was just, I had a very much my brain exploded kind of moment about it.
Yeah. On account of the completely different vibe.
Yeah.
And then of course, Carlos Santana's guitar playing. And I like the later guitar work from the guys in Matchbox 20 on their later work. But at the time, you would have never convinced me that either of those guys were playing the riff on this. So, but Smooth, Rob Thomas Santana featuring Rob Thomas. The last one that I'm going to do is another one that's to me is along the lines of the Sabrina Carpenter song called Irreplaceable by Beyonce. And this, at least to me, is the only song I can think of that has Irreplaceable as a title. I'm sure there are other songs with the word in the title, but this is the only one I can ever think of that's the one word.
Yes.
As that. And this, to me, I'm not even a huge Beyonce fan, but I love this song so much. The everything about it, like I say, this is a woman in the song talking herself up and being like, okay, well, we're done here. And, taking a person who thought of themselves as like, oh, well, what are you going to do? And she's like, okay, well, I'll tell you what, like literally it's all outside. Like you should call the girl that you've been cheating on and have her come get all of that. And I just think it's such a sassy like vocal. And I love the bridge in this song. And,
that's good.
And even every time when it gets to the irreplaceable in it, because the with the other songs that are on this list, like the word is the feature, like for each of the songs. With this, I don't know a person on earth who doesn't immediately think of to the left, or even everything she says
about me.
Yeah, you must not know about me. But when she gets to the irreplaceable, you're totally like, well, that's why the song's called that. Like the way she's just like, it seems that you have completely overestimated your value here.
Yeah. And what's interesting, at face value, if you see a song with the title Irreplaceable, you don't expect it to be this way. Like it's like you're not irreplaceable, which I think is a really fun little like way to flip that one word on its head. And also this wins for your list as the one word with the most syllables.
Yeah, which was not a contest. I think it's an honor just to be nominated. But yeah, if you have songs with one word for the title that you think are great songs and that you think other people would read and go, oh yeah, I totally agree. Drop a comment and let us know. That's the thing that matters most to us in these videos is the interaction, and we would love it if you would drop a comment and let us know, or let me know what you think of my picks. And if you haven't heard these songs for any reason, by all means take a listen and then drop a comment. Let me know what you think. If you would drop a like on the video, that helps us out a lot. That is Lauren. My name is Russ. Thanks for watching.